Hello, my name is Lowell. Pronouns he, him, and this is another session of Rapscallion, which is Magpie's wild mess of a fantasy pirates game, which we're still digging. And we are taking up with our characters still present in Horizon. Last time they met with a number of characters. There were some uh, 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 appeals made to Vern. Nonius was given some marching orders that he did not necessarily agree with. Our captain met with a former comrade, and our ship's groom, Cass, made arrangements to attend on something. And so those are things that are kind of out in the air right now. We are going to start with Cass,
Oh,
though, because that's kind of where we had left off with us not getting to that scene. Uh, so, Cass, are you good with us starting with you?
I will cope. Yes.
Okay. So, last time you went and spoke with the manager,
Overseer,
the
essentially
overseer on the thing, and he based on you sort of making arrangements to have the captain kind of invite him aboard and have the our balladeer perform for him. You were able to make arrangements to go into the wrecking cave. Um, now, uh, I can't remember what you decided if you were going there alone because this is a duty you need to carry out, or if you were going to bring someone along with you, Cass.
So I was gonna ask that actually because Nonius had followed after you, but I wanted to leave it up to you whether he caught up with you or not.
I think that's up to Nonius because my guess is that Cass is paying no attention. Does that make any sense? He is, how you say, very much concentrating on the screams that he can hear. So it is.
I would be there with you if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Are you presenting yourself openly, Nonius, and traveling along such that they will invite you in? Are you telling Cass that you're coming?
Yes, I will
Okay.
catch up with him.
So Cass, when Nonius kind of pops up at your shoulder, what is your reaction to that?
I, I turn to him and I say, it is terrible. They are destroying the ships. Their screams. And he sort of stops. He goes, "Oh, but you are used to death, right?"
Yes, I heard where you were going, and I don't I don't pretend to know what it feels like for you to feel this, but I know what it is to oversee someone's passing. I would be here for you.
That is good. I don't know, but I know I have to go. Thank you. Uh, yeah. And you see him look at you and he puts his hand on your shoulder like he's mimicking the captain. And he says, "Thank you."
And you all will head in. And again, as I described it, it is a large sea cavern. The sea washes into here. Uh, but it's that kind of absurd, sort of Disney-esque, large-sized cavern. And there is scaffolding, and there is equipment, and there is gears and chains and things like that. And there are fragments of ships around and about the side, and there are the equivalent of magical acetylene torches and things like that that are at work. And there are people uh, moving bits and pieces. There seems to be sort of three staging areas. One of them is sort of where they're putting the parts, the pieces of the ships that have been torn asunder. And there are some people kind of looking at like affixing and kind of judging like which pieces might fit with others to like rebuild. There's the ship that is shivering and waiting to be next up on the block, and then there is the ship that they are even now tearing asunder here. Would you like to make a size up roll, Cass?
Yes,
Feels like
I,
the appropriate
it
move for us to
does.
make at this moment.
What is that move?
It is based
Usually?
on your vinegar,
Oh, my vinegar. I have some of that. I have vinegar one. So,
and it's a knowledge gaining roll, and that's never gone badly for you.
oh, yeah, that is so true. Okay, all I got to do is make sure that my die roller is working. It looks like it's there. Let's see if it works. Here we go. Roll again. Tell me if you see a roll, guys. If not, I'll refresh again.
I see 2d6 that have come
Okay,
through as an 8. So
okay.
a plus 1 is
This
a
is a
9.
9. So,
So why don't you look at the list of questions?
okay. Let's see here. Basic special move and size up. Okay, let's see here. I think 7 and 9. Uh, oof.
Got one hold, and then you can ask an additional question if you stick your nose in where you shouldn't. So what's your first question?
Where is the danger lurking?
You look around and you can kind of hear the screams. And as you are there, you will see a figure kind of climb up from the other side of this ship that's in the process of being wrecked. And it climbs up on top, uh, a little monkey-like, but then kind of stands. And it it feels very bad. It looks like a very dirty 14, 15-year-old child, but its eyes are burnished gold. And you can tell that it seems to be in charge of this. And there are wreckers here. Some of them are working. No one is meeting the eyes of this thing.
Do you think that I will say, do you know what that is?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Nonius because Nonius has much more experience with horrible things than I do.
Nonius, would you like to make a size up roll now?
Sure.
I have a bond with you. I can give you a bond.
Let's see. It's 7 plus 1 is 8.
8, so you have one hold.
Mm,
What strange secrets lie just beneath the surface?
Tell me about the first time that you encountered someone possessed by a demon, Nonius.
Um, I think it was a small merchant ship. Um, I think it was uh, somewhere that my which Serafina was called an early testing of both her skills and her will to carry them out. Uh, it was far too far along, and the only way that she could deal with him was to end his life, help him pass. Uh, but I don't know if we had gotten there sooner, maybe something different could have happened.
And I think you look at this figure, and I have a picture of it in the
Oop.
keeper. And I think you'll realize that while it looks like the child is dirty, those are
Oh,
the pock marks of ash below the skin. This is a fully turned possession thing. Cass, I believe you and Nanias both have, if you want to like make some noise, you can get another hold, stick your nose in where it doesn't belong.
oh,
Well, yeah, we could. Uh, all right. Sure. Sure. Do I know any better? No. I mean, I recognize it's a demon, right?
No,
I
you
think
don't.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Nonius will rub his shoulder where there is the burned imprint of a hand scar and say, "This is something infernal. There is something evil riding that body."
Is that why this is so horrible for the ships?
I cannot
That your
say, but
question? Is that your question, Cass?
Ah, that's interesting. I probably do without realizing it.
Okay.
Lay my hand on one of those
Yeah,
ships.
I
Does that
think
make
you
any sense?
push yourself forward and lay your hand at one of the ships, and I think you will immediately feel something. Do you remember that ironclad ship that you fought? How
Yes.
strange it was?
Yeah.
This is the shipwright for those things.
mm,
It reforges the souls of these vessels into new, powerful,
oh no.
I know.
infernal ships for the seven captains.
Oh, but
Mm.
but our ship isn't
No,
infernal,
no,
right?
because your captain wasn't wasn't party to that, found his own ship, and this is not a thing that is given out to just anyone. And your captain is a little newer, hadn't yet quite been initiated into the prizes that could be offered for long-term service amongst the captains. And you will see this figure turn its head owl-like further than it ought to go,
Mm-hmm.
and it will raise up, and its eyes get even, those pupils get bigger, and it says, I smell the sea's lover.
I smell brimstone.
And it will say, close the sea gates, my boys. And you will see some of these workers, like when they hear that, they go rushing over to some chains and things, and it looks like they are going to try and raise the barrier such that no one will be able to leave the cave.
I, I look at Nunius and I go, we leave now or we have to fight.
You say that to Nanius?
Yes.
He
Or
is he
I
is
see from
already
to me he's
several
the most
steps
sensible one
forward.
here. You still these things, right?
He's already several steps forward with his
Oh, okay.
rapier sliding out of its sheath.
Okay.
That is never a choice.
All
Like
right.
to roll theatrics.
I think that's a perfect time to roll theatrics here.
It's a 6.
A
Oh,
Vern,
six.
no,
I've just
no, I
gotten the
have that
strangest
bond,
feeling.
right? Yeah. So I could use the bond to make it the 7 then, right?
So yeah, you can spend luck before you roll,
Okay.
and someone can spend a bond with you to give you the bonus after you roll. So what is a
Okay.
7 on theatrics?
It is just enough for me to get one hold, and I am going to rush up to the largest of the mooks pulling on the sea chains, and I've got disarm a mook with a single flick of the hand.
Okay.
And so I'm going to slash my rapier across his open palm as he is reaching for the chain to make him fall back from where he is going to go and do this.
Absolutely. And you will stop him from doing that. And I think that's the point at which the 3 dozen workers here,
Doesn't you say?
yes, all of whom are wreckers, will draw out clubs and hammers and axes and begin to move towards your position. Cass, what do you want to do?
Let's see here. I have this theory that I should be able to do that, but I have to look at my sheet to see if I can. Let's see here. She saves you. Oh, I can always do that. Let's see here. Everything's about being on my ship. So, however, I still am a groom.
You've got lots of luck for twist fate if you have an idea there too.
Yeah. My twist fate is particular. Is there like a standard generic twist fate
Yes,
then?
absolutely.
Okay.
If you,
All right. Then,
that's in the middle column, or rather the second column of basic moves, the third one down.
all right. Yeah, I think that I probably will then twist fate to call to the ships that are still there to
So take a
smash
look at the options there and tell me. So
smash
spend
move.
one luck to add something to the scene. You get to pick one of the options, and uh, you get to if you want to answer the question yourself, you spend another luck.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. Let's see here. How about
Do you want an important
oh,
NPC arrive to turn the tide?
I mean that sounds like fun. Uh sure, let's do that. I want to meet it. Yes, I want to know who this important NPC is that will
Okay.
turn the tide. And let's see
Then
here.
I think that Nonius, as these groups start moving towards you, and this demon thing leaps and scurries amongst the chains, swinging over to get closer to Cass, uh, uh, you will hear a as this note rings out from this lute louder than you have ever heard in your life. And you will see Bazad striding towards where you are, and that vibration from the steel strings on his 6 string lute rings out, and you will hear a kind of cry from that demon as it falls back from the note of this thing. Do you wish to continue this fight, Nonius and Cass, or do you wish to fall back?
I wish to make sure that Bazan makes it out of here safely.
That's what, no,
Along
that is
with
what
this.
Bazad is saying to you.
Yes. I'm
We
like,
just got
fall back, fall
dramatic
back.
intro music.
Yes.
Nonius, no.
Can't possibly retreat now.
Um, he has saved our bacon. I nod along with Bazan. I agree with him. Nonius, I look to you. My eyes are pleading.
Nonius, your groom has put your choice in your hand. What will we do here? I have the theme music for whatever dance you wish to dance.
Oh no, dudes.
Hmm.
So
I
here's the
feel
deal.
like this might.
We'll look at a compel here in a second, but just to
Yeah,
tell you
that's
the setup, he has given you an opening to detach from the troops that were coming at you that were a significant threat. Though, of course, you've got stuff that can do rack, which can take care of big groups. But certainly it's giving you the space to either fall back or to pursue the demon or something else here. But
normally my bonds with the captain mean that I can resist compels and make the right choice when I need to, but I
yes.
have spent all my bonds with the captain, and I think it might be interesting to roll.
Okay, then let us have you resist that compel. Stand your ground. So you do have to spend a bond with someone.
I will. I will spend a bond with Yadana as I imagine what she might say, hearing that I ran from the first sign of a fight.
Think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think I see his eyes change and I go, uh-oh.
Roll blank. All right. See what the dice say. The dice say four.
The dice say four.
Oof.
So I don't think there's any chance in the world that you would leave this moment. Someone is playing your theme here, right?
It's yeah, no, it's this is the perfect opportunity. There is a full like unnecessary several seconds taken for a
Sure.
fancy flourish of the
Hey,
cape.
hey, Mark Impassioned.
Uh-huh, yep.
Ooh, that's three troubles.
A lot of troubles.
That is a lot of troubles, isn't it?
Why so
Uh
many troubles?
Why so serious, Nanias?
Yeah.
can't imagine where these came from. Uh
Well, let me ask Cass then.
Okay.
Cass, as you see that Nanias is like is determined, his that you've seen this. I imagine that the shirt is open wider at this point,
Yeah.
and Bazad has set himself
All right.
and is playing.
I get it. I understand we have to fight this particular death. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell. Um, so I think I go, oh, I have to. I see. So this is me understanding the nature of the situation.
So what do you want to do?
Think think that I want to call upon the ships or the sea or something to do something wild here.
So you want to spend luck to twist fate to have some kind of excuse to maybe unleash a power?
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay.
All
How
right, let
much?
me see how much luck I still have though. I'm feeling like I have none.
Well, you have
Let's
four
see.
marked right now. I don't know if you
Okay.
already spent the one.
I did not, so I will go spend.
So then you have three.
Okay. So I will spend another luck. Or do I need to spend two?
If you spent two, you could tell me exactly what the focus is and what the source is for this power that you wish to unleash.
Ho, ho, ho. I think all of this power in these ships, let's just say that the sea knows where I am and it's coming to get me, and no sea gates are going to stop it, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Uh, so, let me check one thing here. So, uh, let's do this. Oh, you only have to spend one luck
Okay.
if you're willing to mark uh your vice right now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But now you're going to have to roll that ritual roll, the power roll, and then we're going to come back to Nonius.
Okay. So this is based on,
So unleash your power is based on Spitfire.
okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's do it then. This is, I am going to refresh my dice roller, hoping that I too can see my dice rolls at some point. I think we're there.
Nonius has little skulls for his dice.
Okay. So I'm
I do.
rolling and adding one. Let's see how this goes. 7, 8.
That is an
Very
8.
mediocre.
Okay. Uh, I think that you will call that out. You will shout to the ships and you will shout to the sea. And I'm going to mark your vice. Uh, and I think that there are several of the sort of ship souls that are here, uh, and they will come rushing, screaming, and slam into you.
Okay.
And I would like you to mark a trouble many souled.
Ooh,
And you kind of fall back, but we will see the waters in here begin to move and rush because this isn't just cave water. This is, as I said, this is connected to the sea. And outside, there is a storm cloud rolling in as the sea itself turns its intent and attention here. And it bucks the walkways and Nonius, any threat that these 3 dozen people presented to you, they are thrown every which way by the sudden rocking of this as the waters throw them in every direction. What do you do, Nonius, as suddenly chaos fills this cavern? The music, though, can be heard over it completely. Someone has dialed up the soundtrack so it is forefront.
I just glance at Cass with a muttered, we could have left some of them for me.
well, she's a big bad.
um, and I will rush forward, sort of dancing over the bucking planks and boards here, towards the demonic childling.
You have to leap up, and you don't care about that, but you will have to leap up, swing, get on top of one of this wrecked ship that even now is starting to fall apart because its soul has been pulled out as this thing hisses and says, "My master will be even more wroth with you than he already is," and comes charging at you.
My mistress cannot wait to meet you.
When you get into a scrap, roll blood.
And with a like dramatic leap off of a railing up in midair, I am going to pull uh Glacier's Heart, the formerly cursed spear, still a little bit cursed, but not
A
quite as
little
cursed.
cursed.
And bring it down in front of me into the deck at their feet as I land.
Okay, let's have you roll.
That's a 13.
That is a 13. So what you're going to deal your weapon's harm to your opponent or deal half your weapon's harm rounded down and pick an option. You also seize the ante.
I am going to deal the weapons harm in the form of one wreck. Uh, and as I seize the ante, I am going to then spend it to thwart an NPC's next action.
Then tell me how you blow apart this vessel, this fleshy thing that this demon is in. What does that look like?
I think the spear comes down. Uh, it is guarding against an attack on itself, and Nonius slams it down right at their feet into the boards. A flash of ice spreads out, and there is a terrible cracking and breaking sound as the boards underneath us split and break apart, and shards of ice splinter up into the legs of this thing, holding it in place as the boards start to fall.
And as it does, one of the things you see is that as it fell back, you will see this blackbird emerge from its mouth,
Mm.
and you will freeze it in place, stopping it from sending its message on to Go Lightly to tell them what had happened
Mm.
here. Uh, and then that will all crackle and shatter. And people are running and screaming. Like I think time comes back. People are running and screaming because there's a wild wave kind of tsunami going on in here. Nonius, uh, uh, Cass, how do you get you and Nonius out of here?
Um, I think that there is that moment when the sea comes rushing in and there's all that flotsam and that last bit of those ship's souls sort of just lend the slightest integrity to the debris and carry us back up to that stairway that's right there at the top. And just sort of deposits us right there.
I think that seems reasonable. Is that good with you, Nonius?
Mhm.
Uh, I want to cut away from that, Captain Holtz. I'd like to hard frame us maybe into a scene that you had asked about doing last time.
Sure. What seat is that?
I would like to imagine, and Vern, you could be there, or if you have a scene that you want to call, I imagine that we see you in a very differently appointed
Mm,
captain's cabin aboard another ship. It's very clean, it's very stark, but beautifully done. But clean is probably the most almost antiseptically clean. And there is the figure of a tiny, tiny woman with one of those uh, uh, plague doctor masks on.
mhm.
And this is Sloane, the other pirate lord who was present here. Vern, are you there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
And Sloane says, I have only sweetened tea for you, Captain. I could have it heated, but cold is also good. Or there is rum, but I do not think that it is up to your standards.
It is, tea would be marvelous, thank you.
And for you, good chronicler,
Tea is good.
and like there is a couple of people in here like attachés, but she stands and takes the vessel and pours three glasses and then puts them in the center of the table as if to say you may take which one you wish, and then sets that down.
I will reach forward and grab one and take one. I won't ostentatiously take the one that's in front of her. I'll take the one in front of myself.
And she will take her glass and she does take out a large metal straw and kind of gestures to you, Vern, and she will say, your groom called upon my ship yesterday. I,
That's
hmm?
he usually does that. He
I,
likes to visit other ships.
it is unusual. My own groom spoke very highly of him, though he said that he is dangerous.
Dangerous. Cass? Uh, what did your group mean?
The curse that lays upon him is perhaps I've not heard of a groom with quite as burdensome a geas as he has. I, the danger to your ship must be is tremendous.
And I don't know about the gas. That's no. Oh. I don't want to completely play my huh. Uh, can I roll my take one to know one?
Yes, absolutely.
All righty. That's vinegar, and I'll spend a luck. Give myself a +2.
Okay.
That's a 9.
That is a 9.
You happen to have anything that can help there? You don't have one with me, do you?
No, I don't.
You do
Wait,
not.
no,
All right. So a 9.
I do not
What
have
is an
enough bonds. I need to get some.
Yeah, what does a 9 get you?
It gets me one hold. So I can ask a question, one of my questions out of here.
Absolutely.
Um, let's see. Um, it's gonna be what are your true intentions here? But this may not be the exact moment that keys off. I mean, I don't know if we're in a tense moment where she's particularly doing anything, or I'm not sure. If you think this is a good key moment for it, then that's fine too.
Well, let me kind of tell you what I think you will realize here as you are talking to her. And I think that may also give you a sense of her true intentions. She's talking about your crew. She talks about her own crew. She turns and she asks about what you have written, Vern, what you are writing. Speaks very curiously. She's kind of constantly weighing and judging your words. She's listening very carefully to what you're saying. She is listening very carefully to how you speak about other people. She asks very deliberately about your crew, the people you've met, what your experience has been like here when you've been in Horizon. And you have very much the sense that she's judging you based on how you treat other people. And I think you will realize that boy, she's an incredibly vulnerable pirate lord because she has standards. You, in fact, I think that you don't know how exactly she came to possess the coin, but but wow, she shouldn't be a pirate lord.
Okay.
At the same time, she will say to Vern, I know of someone who bears a resemblance to you who pursued a different profession other than chronicler. Do you have a sibling? A twin?
Not that I know of, but I could. My, well, probably not a twin, but I may have siblings I don't know about.
This sibling was, and do you know my history, Mr. Causey?
I only very vaguely.
I was a very successful assassin for the Oath of the Rose. One of the things about the Oath is we only know a few other people from the order, but some we know sort of secondhand. And this sibling of yours was an assassin for that order.
Uh, that's very interesting.
They went missing some time ago.
Well, I imagine assassin is a very dangerous job. Like, one of the few jobs more dangerous than pirating.
Yes, I have come up a bit in the world.
I wouldn't imagine many people uh, survive long enough to get out and start a whole new career as you have.
Or, and she'll turn to the captain, start a second career in the same profession.
It is it is difficult to start fresh for anyone.
I did not care for the Oath of the Rose, a the backbiting, money grubbing for matters of life and death, a singular greed that one develops when one has taken lives, both to take more lives and to get more for the taking of those lives. I consider my joining the ranks of the seven a strange event that has saved me from that particular lot in life.
There are few things more glorious than the freedom of the seas. One can completely change their reputation, their destiny.
What is it you want, Captain Humayun?
I wish to set aright something that in my past I did. I wish to put an end to a scourge on the seas that I very foolishly unleashed myself. I wish to see Golightly deprived of their peace and perhaps of their life.
And if it came to a choice between killing Golightly and having your coin back, which would you choose?
If I were to deprive him of the coin, it would greatly diminish the evil that he can do.
That wasn't my question, Captain. My question is, if you had to choose between possessing the coin again, and she'll hold up hers, of being one of the seven again, and killing Golightly, which would you choose?
I know
fair to say that you don't know.
Yeah, I can tell she's too savvy for me to try to lie to. I think it's highly unlikely that he would give up the coin without. Uh, he would he would give his life before relinquishing the coin, but I will not lie. I do greatly desire the return of my coin.
That is too bad. When you are willing to give up that, and tell me truthfully that you will, come to me again.
I I understand. I do thank you for granting me this audience.
You are my senior, regardless of our change in status. So it is only right that I invite you aboard my ship.
Your reputation precedes you as a lord with honor, and I greatly respect you managing to hold on to that in this rather nasty business we are a part of.
I have a book that I obtained that, while I have a chroniclers aboard my ship, they have not been able to translate it. Perhaps I could put it into your care, Master Causey. It is in the tongue of the sea elves, those that went below the waves. Uh, and it is of no use to me, but perhaps could be put of good use to you.
I Certainly. A book is it's a precious gift, even if you can't immediately make use of it.
I understand.
But I will gladly take it.
And this is definitely, Captain, you can see this is a very fine gift.
Mhm.
And she will nod to one of her people, and they will go and they will open up a secure mechanism, and they will come back with a very old looking book. It's clearly been rebound a couple of times, and they will hand it to Vern. I wish you good travels, Captain.
I thank you.
And I think that's when we kind of hear the crackle of the thunderstorm outside.
Mm. Seems the weather's turned.
Hmm. I did not think it was going to change.
Nor did I.
Best to get
No
back to
clouds
your,
earlier.
yeah, yes, best to get back to your vessel in case a storm is brewing.
Yes. Yes. Again, thank you for your hospitality. And I do hope that we will see each other again.
I'm certain that we will, one way or another. And I think we'll see you head out as the rain starts coming down, you know, and the seas are rough. Like they actually kind of you have to brace yourself as you're like getting off of the ship to the docks. The tide is coming up like something has washed in uh, fitfully and unusually.
Vern, this is a very strange squall. I We should get back to the ship and batten down. Hopefully,
Yes.
Cass and Nonius will have returned.
I hope so. That yeah.
Uh, I will say, Vern, uh, it is an impressive gift.
It is. I'm almost a little suspicious of it.
Hmm. I will say that Captain Sloane is, without a doubt, very dangerous. But from all I've heard told, they are honest in their way. I do not believe that they would give you a false gift.
That's good to know because I do not know the language of the sea elves, but I've wanted to learn it. It seems like a good time to do so.
Let's take our break. Let's take 10-ish and let's come back. Okay? If I can pause the recording. So the city of Horizon is being battered by waves and storm and tumult here, Captain Humayan, as you and Vern get back to your vessel.
Mm-hmm.
And people are tying things down. You will see that across the board there, that this water, and I think that in the distance you will see, kind of lit by a little bit like a flash of lightning, a a natural wave of water sweep up through the bay. It smashes into that cavern in the distance where that shipbreaking is taking place.
Oh
And
dear.
you will see it hit and then explode back with a kind of cascading wave that comes rolling out from it and there is debris and flotsam and looks like several broken ships just come pouring out from that, like it's like someone turned a hose and sprayed into an enclosed area and all the things came spraying out with that water there.
Oh, is it night by chance?
It is absolutely night.
All right.
It is late at night. Bells are ringing in the city, the storm watch bells, people are tying things down, everyone is far too occupied with getting things tied down from what feels like perhaps the beginning of a sudden hurricane coming in here. That while there are people down at that end who are crying and screaming because they've seen this, there is so much occupying people's minds. What do you do, Humayun?
I will look first to Marta. Marta, you think me daft, but
Well, I
get
think
this
you can call it as you will. You can make that call if you wish to call it daft. Yes, you could say it that.
prepare the ship to cast off. I fear we may be needing to leave Horizon.
That might be a thing that I might say if it were put that way, and you could read it that way. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yadada. And I'll look to see if I see her.
It's night, so she's out on the deck.
Um, Vern, are you wanting to go and get mixed up in this?
Uh, I don't think I have a choice.
All right. Yadada, are you able to carry both Vern and I? I fear we may need to go and find our crewmates.
If Vern is willing to give me a little liquid refreshment later, perhaps. Yes.
Fair enough.
And she will grab you up, and does that kind of fly leap from your vessel into the rigging of another vessel and then over. So Cass, Nonius, and our fine bardic friend, you are Bazad, you are all on a piece of a ship. What piece of a ship has torn free that the three of you are upon, Cass? You are muted.
Sorry. I think it's the mast and the boom, like this one of the sail booms, and like we're on like, and these things are big like trees.
Oh yeah.
So it's like this big tripod that we're on, the three different like sort of ends of it, like we're all facing that sort of thing where the boom hits, is on the great mast, and one of us at the top, one of us at the bottom, one of us is on the boom.
And
Which
there
we
is that moment when you've kind of been lifted up by the
Mhm.
waves and blown outwards, and you come crashing out in amongst the flotsam, and the sea is roiling. It
Mhm.
is it is wild, huge waves here, and you can hear the voice of the ocean calling out your name, Cass. Where are you? Where are you? Manius, what do we see you doing here? You just kicked some ass, but now you're wet.
Um, I think sort of incongruously, Nonius has climbed up towards Cass and is holding his hand. He can see that Cass is torn and disturbed and maybe not entirely here in the moment and in this world. But even so, Nonius is telling you as much as can hear over the crashing and roaring of the sea and of the yelling of things underneath it, the story of that young sailor who was possessed and the sad circumstances of his death. And if it weren't raining, you would be able to see him crying.
Cass, what do we see you doing here?
Um, so I can't hear Nanias, but I think that I'm telling him the stories, like I'm shouting about the souls that I've taken in, and I'm going, this is what it did. And then, and essentially I like talking about where it was at, but I'm sort of almost elated, whereas you're like very contemplative and stuff. I think my eyes are kind of crazy eyes right now, and I am almost shouting out like a bardic version of the things that those ships did, if that makes any sense. The way they tell it.
Absolutely. And I think that as your voice is kind of singing that out, you will hear this baby booming bass voice of Bazad like has strapped himself to the sticking arm and is laughing uproariously and harmonizing with your voice there as you are all blown outwards towards the embrace of the ocean. There are bodies, there's flotsam, jetsam, captain. You see this giant mast that is in the middle of the waters. It's roiling around. The ocean is throwing it up and down. You see Cass and Nonius hanging on hand in hand, and Bazad, the bard, there. And as much as anything, it is that booming voice that is catching your attention. And Yadana goes, well, fuck.
Yeah. Take me towards them.
And do what? He says.
Have a
Sorry,
bit of
sorry, Captain. And do what, Captain?
have a bit of faith. It's a storm, Yadana, and I know who loves a storm. And I would like to do my mastermind to twist fate
Okay.
since I'm leading my crew here. And as we approach, I think we see lights kind of coming in that same direction, as I am going to call it an NPC. Um, I think those storm brothers, they're setting out to sea in this great big storm. And so I'm going to try to flag them down to give us a pickup.
Absolutely. I think that they are clearly loving this. Like their vessel immediately set out once the storm started up. And as you are coming in, you will see Netrikani on board, and he will wave you down to land there. You could not get enough of me, Captain.
It would seem I have a few crewmates, two, three, who have decided to go surfing on a mast amongst this turmoil. Would you mind terribly if I threw a rope to gain them up?
Turn, turn, and he will shout to, and they immediately. You can tell the ship like they turn sail and they turn rudder, but there's something else going on here. The storm itself pulling them along, and Netrikani will say, "You must be quick about it. The ocean is angry."
Indeed. And as we move up there, I'm going to attempt to get a rope to the three of them, something attached to it to give it some weight.
I think this is you breaking them out.
Okay.
So roll with blood.
Oof, not my strong point. Ooh. Um,
Do you wish to command?
yeah, I think that's probably my best. But I'm going to grab Vern and Yadana, and I'm going to be howling across my full captain voice to yell across through the winds over to the three of them.
Cass, Nonius, you are out there kind of clinging on voices, and then this ship crackling with lightning out of the darkness comes hauling towards you. Clearly looks to you like it is going to run right through you. But then I think you will hear Captain Humayun's angry voice cutting through the storm. Roll polish, Captain.
Yes, indeed. All right. Grab hold. That's a 6.
That is a 6.
I don't think
Cass,
anybody's got one
Nonius,
with me.
Anybody?
Yeah, I'm like, I
You have
don't have,
none.
the only person I don't have bonds with, I think, is the captain,
And
unfortunately.
I
Patrick's
already spent
out.
my bonds with the captain.
Let me see here. Let me see here. Did we get one and I forgot? I don't think so.
then I think, Captain, you will grab onto them, grab a hold, get them grabbed in. But there is a moment there as this twists around when and foam and surf is up, and Cash, you will feel something pushed into your hand as you grab onto the rope, and Cass, Nadius, you are dragged up onto the vessel.
Well, I would like to change that. I think I see what's going on there, and I sort of turn, I shake my head, and I think I like go have to go. And I think I'll let go. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. Humayun, you will drag up Nanius and Bazad.
Mhm.
And Bazad will say, I tried to grab a hold of the groom, but he vanished beneath the waves.
Oh, damn it all. And I have marked obsessed and an unrest, since that is the price of me failing my command.
Don't forget to mark XP.
Oh, I do get an XP. Yes. Uh, um, as I haul them over and I'm desperately looking for Cass.
And
Nonius will lay his hand on your shoulder and say, "Peace, Captain. He is tending to his wake."
What?
Netrikani cries out, Captain, I either need to take you to your ship now, or you need to come with us out to sea in this storm.
To the Seeker. If anywhere Cass will find, it'll be that ship.
And he will turn, crackling the lightning to cut across the bay towards the seeker. Uh, and he will say, I'm sorry, I cannot get you closer. You will have to make the jump from here.
And I will kind of motion to your daughter to, like, who looks like they have the least chance of Vern, I probably the least chance of jumping. Maybe I don't know
Vern
who.
is the least tired of everybody, so having
Yeah,
not been swimming.
I imagine that it is leaps into the rough waters, salt water swimming across to get up. Marta has is tied the ship down, but ropes are out and thrown down, lanterns for the four of you to grab onto as you're hauled back aboard the vessel.
And Lowell, as you know, we're moving away from that wreck. Nonius is going to stand at the railing, staring where Cass went down, and he's going to pray to his lady, to Death, and to Seraphina, that Cass holds these souls in his hand and is taking them to the threshold. And I ask her to ease their passage and see them peacefully on their way into the next life, into their next path. And I'm going to spend my bond with Death to compel them to do me a special secret favor.
Cass, the ocean loves you and it draws you down into its embrace. You you pushed away, you saw the fate there, and you pushed away and pushed Bazad into the rope. so that you would go under rather than him, and you begin to drown. Why don't you mark 3 harm for me? What what do we see on screen? What do we see of the ocean here and the depths?
I I think that what you see is him like drowning, but it's like his eyes are open and you can see the ships, the 3 ships, one at a time. They sort of blink through, and you see them going under the waves too. And it is this long fall, a long, slow draw down to the seabed. And even though it is like the currents are violent that are pulling Cass down, it seems so slow and peaceful that the ships are going down with him and he's going down. And it's like he has company, they have company. Does that make any sense?
And you will feel the hands of the ocean reaching towards you. You'll feel them coming closer. You are mine. You are not hers. You are only mine. You will be mine. And then there is a chill that spreads on you. And you will feel your heart stop. And it holds there in that beat for longer than you like, as you feel someone whispering over your shoulder and the ocean draws away and you break surface. Cass, how does death mark and scar you?
I think it's like the mast comes back around, like it's there and it catches in the wave and it smashes him against his head. And you see him kind of like blink out again, but he has this terrible gash down the side of his face, you know.
Absolutely. And I think that Yadana goes, I can smell him. And she will leap out into the storm. Cass, water, waves, that pain, and then flying through the air and someone licking your forehead, licking your cheek, running along it there. And Yadana will land back on board the vessel, Captain, with a bloodied Cass. Though the head wound seems like it's maybe not bled as much as it ought to, but it's still pretty bloody.
I'm sure the sea washed it away.
Absolutely.
Very sanitary.
Here's your here's your friend.
Thank you, you done it. Where's the doctor? Bring the doctor. And I think you could kind of see as I think humanity is a bit manic, and you can kind of see the crew behind him giving this sort of look of, is he crazed? He's taking us out in this storm. Maybe a few grumbles behind hands and into ears, sort
We
of
should have been
thing.
tying down completely. Why are we even out here? Why are we throwing ropes out? As
Hmm.
but within a few moments, Dr. Blackwood is up on top and will take with that weird arm, will grab up Cass, and I will take them below. No worries, no worries. It's a nasty gash. he'll have a scar for quite a long time.
Something to remember by. And since we don't have a pilot, I will head to the wheel, and I'm basically just going to set us to run before the storm. I mean, that's
Oh,
about
you have
all
to
I
run
can hope
out
to
into
do.
the you mean you are
Yeah,
in the storm now.
right. Just going with the wind. That's all I can do with us.
All right, Captain. I think that is you rolling. Uh, let's see. I need you to roll plus speed.
Plus speed. All right. Our ship does not have a good speed.
That is true.
All right. I will. Can I spend luck on this?
Yeah,
All right. Let's get it at least to an even roll. My last luck. All right. Dice, you've been really awful to me tonight. Be nice. It is not. That's another six.
that is another six.
Mm,
Captain, I think that you are going to need to mark a wreck on your ship.
Mm, yep.
And I think that you are going to mark another unrest.
That makes sense.
Uh, because this ship is tossed like no one else is going out besides those storm, and you will ride out carried it twists and turns. Your second uh, uh, Thurlow Fane, the apprentice navigator, is trying to gauge the directions and so on. And again, part of it is that you have to come through the channel of this bay. It scrapes and tears as you make your way out. Only the hull only survives because the ocean is lifting you up above so many of the reefs and coral here. Uh, and you are lucky that the storm is batting as it is. Otherwise, perhaps those guns might be fired on this vessel coming out without the proper signaling.
Mhm.
And it is an hour, 2 hours before you finally come clear where the ship comes and settles. It doesn't feel right because Cass is not at the wheel, but it at least comes steady. Vern, what are you doing during this time?
Um, I mean, went from doing, like scanning the waves for Cass to when Cass was, brought back. I think just running around trying to tie things down and then holding on for dear life.
I would like to say that perhaps as this wave thing finally comes, like as the ship finally settles down, I think it's you that are perhaps down in the the sick bay as Cass comes to. Does that feel right?
Yeah.
I imagine Dr. Blackwood has asked you to act as a strapper, holding
Mhm.
Cass down as they take the needle and bone pin to stitch it up. Uh, 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 and Blackwood takes it as a bad sign that Cass doesn't cry out or struggle at the pain that is being inflicted. Uh, but as that last little stitch is going in and the thread is being pulled taut, Vern, you will see Cass's eyes come open.
Hey, Cass.
Vern,
You're alive.
yes. How
Good.
did I get here?
um, yeah, Donna found you on the waves and picked you up, brought you back.
think he was dead.
Uh, well, you're, and I look at Blackwood. He isn't dead, right? Because
Blackwood
I know
goes,
this could be a
no,
question.
no, he's not
Okay,
dead, and
yeah,
you're not
not anymore then.
undead. And maybe you don't
Good, good.
say that you died in front of Nonius just for your own goodness sake.
Oh, okay, you think it would upset him?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, he has a thing about undead. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything.
Wait, I'm not undead, right?
You're not. You're not.
Okay,
No,
okay. All right. I
As far
just
as I
wanted
can
you're
to
just
make
tell, you're not
sure.
undead.
Right. Okay. Thank you. You are an expert in many things. I accept your wisdom on this, Doctor. Thank
You're
you.
going to have a wicked scar there, Cass.
Where? Ah, oh, that makes
It's
sense.
fine.
Why it's
People will take you
burning there.
seriously as a pirate now. It'll look good.
You know, it goes to those beautiful like designs on his face. So it's like, yeah,
I
everything's
They're all
used
like
gold.
slightly
Yeah,
misaligned
right.
now.
Yeah.
I used gold thread, so it would look a little like kintsugi.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Vern, for waiting for me. I should probably get up top, huh?
I don't think that's a particularly good idea, Cass.
I'm no good down here.
Well, we're through the storm. Like I think Captain Humayan can handle it for a while.
Let me go and inform the captain that you are awake.
Okay. Tell him I'm ready for duty.
I will not tell him that. That is, in fact, the opposite of what I'm about to go and tell him. Vern, you'll keep watch, make sure he doesn't do anything foolish.
Yes, sure.
So you, Cass, Vern, have a moment before I go and I'll bring Humai
Yeah.
and Nonius in a moment.
Vern, I have so much to tell you about 3 ships.
Yeah, what happened? We all thought that you drowned.
I thought I
You
drowned.
went under
I
the
was
waves.
under all the way. I saw the sea. It came for me.
I I assume you mean that in other than the obvious way.
It's obvious. I don't understand what you mean.
That you were in the sea, literally,
Oh no,
and
the sea. Capital letters, the sea.
what's that?
She's very possessive.
So the
Oh,
sea is a person who lives in the sea. Okay. Okay. Uh, not the weirdest thing I've heard today, oddly. Um,
so
and
anyway, I have
and
3
she
ships in me.
in the same sense as the Star Seeker, or
Well, the Star Seeker is still whole. I have the souls. Sorry, the souls. Most of the memories. But the way the ship thinks of things.
do they all 3 ships? Are you gonna uh if you have 3 extra souls in you, are you still going to be in charge?
Yeah, there's ships. I'm the navigator.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. But I'll listen to their stories. Okay.
Cass, you may clear your vice
Oh, okay.
and mark an XP.
I did already.
Okay. Captain, the doctor has come up to tell you that your ship's groom is awake, and you should probably go down and talk to him before he does something stupid like try to come up here and take the helm.
I will place an order, but Lord knows how that manages to hold things. If necessary, Doctor, I trust that you have something that can ensure sleep in our groom.
I wouldn't want to give them anything of that sort right now. I think your words will calm them better than a draught, if you would.
And
And
we're a little smooth.
Thurlow will step up. Captain, I can take the helm.
Very good. I'll look probably up to the rigging for Nonius. I imagine he's been helping with
Yeah.
sales.
Where do you see you, Nonius?
He's since things have calmed down, he's been up in the rigging, no matter how much the what's her name yells at him, the
Marta.
first
Marta.
mate yells at him, playing a nonstop dirge on a bone and ivory fiddle.
Oh, that's good luck. Uh,
You could call it good
Marta
luck.
walks
I
by
would
you
not.
cursing, yeah.
Not. One might say that it's a tune. One might say that it's irritating. That might be the thing that would be said. It is truly and tremendously irritating at this moment, but it might not be the reading that you would have on it.
I'll yell up to Nonius. Attend, please.
We'll finish the verse before he comes down.
Cass is awake. Will you accompany me to check on him?
Yes, good. He's with us again then.
We need to convince him that he is not to get out of bed yet. And we will head to the doctor's area, the surgery.
Go down below to the surgery. There are a number of people who are kind of around, like sort of anxiously waiting. Everyone likes Cass, as strange as he is, and so there are people kind of waiting that when they see you, they kind of move to go and do stuff. Right? Is this, tote that bale, lift that thing.
I'll
Um,
stalk by imperiously.
yeah. There's definitely, Nanius, a real weird feeling like you've never felt on the ship, a real nervousness about the captain.
Hmm.
When you come into the surgery, you'll see Vern and Cass there. There's an ugly gash, sewn up with gold thread across Cass's forehead and side of his face.
Yes, I died. They don't believe me, but I
Damn it.
died.
Blackwood's like,
Nonius
Yes.
nods very knowingly, acceptingly. He comes up to you and presses three dried lilies into your hand and
Oh,
says, "You did what needed to be done, and you did it well.
is
The
Basant
dead,
okay?
yes,
That's what's important.
the dead, they give us their lives, but they leave before they know what their lives gave. They leave us their death, but they leave it to us to give it meaning."
Write that down. And actually looks at Vern like, can you write that down?
He
but the
has like
Blackwood says, the captain is here
Oh,
very
Captain.
loudly.
he'll step back and he'll give you like it's almost like a proud parental sort of like he is very proud of you.
And
So
Captain,
but
I died, but I'm here. I'm back.
yes, it would seem so. I'll kind of move over to stand over you and reach down and very tentatively touch the wound.
Feels weird.
And hopefully it will remind you to be careful. But I am glad that you are back from the dead.
Scars
Yes.
are sexy.
You are
Maybe you
to
should write that down
rest.
too, Vern.
You are to rest until the good doctor says that you are fit for duty. You are relieved.
Relief, sir. I can do it.
You will do as the doctor says, and that is an order.
All right. I will convince him.
I'll kind of cut my eye back to the doctor with the, you know, we will need to travel fairly carefully. Repairs are going to have to be made, and I don't believe that Horizon will be particularly welcoming to us for a while. And you could probably see like a real cross my face for a moment, like a real regret, because you'll kind of remember the real happiness of this idea that he had of, the glories of Horizon. Eh, but we will prevail. We will find a port soon, begin to make repairs. We have a great deal ahead of us, and I fear that I was not as successful as I might have liked in gaining us allies. I'll reach down and kind of place my hand on your shoulder, Cass.
Sorry,
It
sir.
is good that you are back.
I'm glad to be back.
You should thank your Donna. She managed to somehow sniff you out.
Oh. Well, she's very talented.
That she is. Doctor, take good care of your patient. Nonius, Vern, I assume you will be returning to duties quickly, but feel free to visit for a short while. We will have to have a discussion soon about our next steps. And as I move off, I will stop for a moment by Nonius and say, no one is quite willing to throw in their lot against Golightly yet. But I see more clearly than I ever have before. He has what is mine. And should I need sail to the far edges of the star sea, and should I turn it red with the blood of those that oppose me, I will have back what is mine. And I'll turn on my heel and stalk off.
Before you do, he'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, it matters not to me what the rest of the world says. Knowing that I have you as committed to his death as I am is enough.
Yes. Yes, his death.
Excellent. And I think we'll see you set sail for Tang Chao, the port that you were aiming to go towards. It is the closest port, and certainly the one that seems right. Uh, Captain, you may make the roll for navigate.
All right. Um, let's
Yes, you
see.
are leading your crew.
Excellent. Does it have is that a something? Okay, Spitfire. So it's not
Spitfire.
one of the ship things. All right. All right. So Spitfire for me is a 0, but I'm leading the crew. Well, oh, do I want to risk the way I'm rolling? I'll have the crew revolt if I'm not careful if I do my command again. Not quite, but close. Yeah, I'm gonna do the command.
Do you want to
That's
spend a
risk.
luck?
I don't have any luck.
I twist fate to give him essentially
No, you
to
not.
do the navigation.
No.
Okay.
Here we go. That's a 10.
That is a
Yay!
10.
Finally, things right themselves with the dice.
So, uh, before we go to XP, we're going to begin downtime.
Holy
So
smokes.
everybody gets, as you travel to Tang Chao, you will all get a chance to do a downtime action. And then at the end of that, uh, you're going to clear harm
All right.
so that you don't have to spend your XP things clearing that harm. So very well done, Captain.
Woohoo.
Uh, Captain, what would you like to do for your downtime action?
Let me look and see. I do have some money, thank God. Um, I am going to be carousing.
Okay.
So I'll spend a treasure and roll polish. 6, 7, 8.
So tell us how you enjoy yourself, actually get some relaxation here on this journey that you are steering from here to Tang Chao.
Um, I think I'll have I mean, I can smell that the crew is tense, and I realize my ship is limping a little bit here. But as we begin to do what we can, it's for sea repairs. I won't turn to Nonius for music, since that might be a downer. Instead, I will go to Barkus. Is that his name? Barkus?
Bazad.
Bazad. Bazad, and see if he will crank up a good tune. And
It would be my pleasure, Captain. I'd be glad to do that for you. I made a tune my instrument, and I will get your crew in in their in their enjoyments.
thank you very much. And I'll make a point of as everyone's working to at least go by every station to try and check to see how they're doing, try to give some encouragement. But there is without a doubt the twinkle in my eye is that almost that Ahab craze that's taken
Absolutely.
over me.
Uh, Vern, what would you like to do for your downtime action?
I'm not sure how I would go about investigating something while on the ship.
Do you want to try and translate that book? That might be a tinker.
Yeah, that does sound more like a tinker than an investigate. That's yeah, you're right. Cool. Not that it matters. I think I roll the same thing either way. Yeah.
Okay. Roll with vinegar.
Cool. I have one thing.
What is your vinegar?
1.
One. Okay.
13.
13. So I will let you think about this, but I would like you to come up with 3 tags for the magic that is in this book. Essentially,
Okay.
it is as with the other books, they are magic items.
Hmm.
So they'll definitely have that sort of strange. A can be used in ritual. That's one of the tags. But the other two, you can come up with whatever you want and come up with the story of what this book is. Does that sound reasonable?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Uh, Cass.
Yeah, I think I'm going to like when people come to talk to me, or when the doctor isn't there, I probably will be opening the door and leaning out and talking to people. It's the closest to carousing he's gonna get. He sort of tells these stories over and over again. It always starts with, "Yeah, I died," but then, but it's okay. And like one of the things that he does is he like tells them like stories about the other ships because he kind of can't get them out of his head. And he kind of goes,
Okay.
"I'm sorry I'm telling you this. I know but I had to tell you because the ship says you need to know." Except when he says the ship, it means one of the three. And so he's like a weirdly telling odd stories, but he's enjoying it immensely, whether everyone else is, if that
Okay.
makes any sense.
So spend a treasure and roll
Okay.
polish.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And this is going to be where it all goes terribly wrong, the rolling of the polish. So, my gosh. Okay. Crew, and just to be sure, my polish is a most excellent 0. The roll. Oh my gosh, everyone rolls so much, y'all. All right, it's a 7.
Excellent. So you
On a hit.
will enjoy telling these stories and you get to
Yes.
mark 3 luck.
Yes. That sounds good. I am all for it.
And Nonius?
Um, I think it doesn't take too long for Dr. Blackwood to get completely frustrated and go to the captain, and the captain come to me, and I show up in the sick bay there to babysit slash sit on Cass to stop him from constantly trying to get out. And I want to test bonds with Cass as
Okay.
Okay.
I explained to him that yes, you followed your instincts, you did the right thing, but now you need to stop. Now you need to take care of yourself because the ship will just keep getting worse until you get better, and you'll keep getting worse until you stop moving.
But there, but let me tell you about
How
And
many, okay, how many
at
bonds do you want to spend?
I don't have any bonds with Cass, but
So,
I will spend 2 luck.
ooh, big spender here. Roll plus
Yeah.
2. Look at
And it's
you
a
hitting the
10.
10.
wow.
Nice.
What does that do?
So,
Uh,
on a hit, you've moved them. If either or both of you offers a moment of vulnerability, the person who made that offer can remove one of their troubles or tags and explain why their bonds help them heal.
um,
So, Nanius, do you want to reveal and clear or?
yes. So I think as you keep telling these stories of the ships, Nonius keeps steering you back to that moment under the waves. And it doesn't take you long. It's very clear. He is desperate. He is hungry, starving to hear anything about your experience with death, any
Mhm.
bit of personification or moment or feel or emotion that came through you. He is lonely for it.
Yeah. And I think Nonius does remember the hand on his shoulder, the sort of uh the fingers that went across his eyes as he died, the sort of like closing of his lids, and that uh it wasn't warm, but it was gentle. Um and remembers the fear in sea that the sea reacted with. Uh will tell you about um uh the way that the last thing as they were going blank was the sense of being pushed upward, if that makes any sense. Um, that sort of water of like that floating up, if that makes any sense, is more it. But then goes right back into other stories that you need to hear. So
Uh, so Nanius, maybe clear the visions of hell, that trouble?
Yeah.
Have that relieve off of that. Cass, do you think you're kind of revealing some vulnerability here?
I do. I think there is a certain desperation when he's telling that story where he goes, I have to tell you because I'm having trouble hearing the ship. I can't hear the star speaker as well. So if I can tell
Mm.
you the story, then then I then yes, then I can hear Star Seeker. I have to get back up to the wheel.
I think you will exhaust those stories, Cass,
I try so hard.
and clear, you may clear that many-souled trouble.
Okay. All right.
And Nanius, you may take a bond with Cass.
Mm.
And I think that this is the end of a chapter. Does this seem reasonable? I think we've hit
Mhm.
a striking thing there.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
big moment.
Everyone can replenish all of your bonds, and then you get to choose two. Mark one experience, mark two luck, heal two harm.
We healed harm already, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because we had that downtime. So it, so it's mark experience or
Gain luck.
gain. Oh man, we're gonna gain 2 experience.
I'm also going to gain
So
2
it's
experience, and that'll get me to 11.
Okay.
I'm going to gain 1 experience, which means I can level up and mark 2 luck.
Excellent. Captain, would you do me the favor? You were not able to activate the ship's testing renown because of the way that you left port. So would you please mark experience instead for yourself?
And I took experience from my choices.
Okay.
lots of people leveling up, but not me. Still have 1 to go.
So I think that's where we're going to stop. As you head on towards Tang Chao, we'll sing Tang Chao and the expenses for repairing the ship and that, and the Bardic Festival next time, and news perhaps of that item that you are searching for that lies inland from Tang Chao.
Mhm.
Uh, let's do a quick stars and wishes. Uh, Captain Humayan.
All righty. This was dramatic and neat. I really liked there were a couple of things really pleasant in this. Lowell, from your side, I really liked Sloane, the personality out of Sloane. Um, and I thought that was really cool. A a pleasant pirate, but at the same time, she's horribly dangerous. I mean, just and you could feel that she's very dangerous. I also liked the kind of consequence you gave to Cass. I thought that was really cool. Which brings me to Cass. I thought that your whole thing with the souls coming in and that how you know expressing that and the kind of manic telling the stories, and then it was just a beautiful reveal of I can't hear Starseeker.
Yeah,
It
that was
just
great.
really paid off that kind of I've got to tell the story. I got to, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. That makes perfect sense. Um, and Nonius, it was really sweet to see how you cared for, took care of Cass in that. Um, all the way through that was really, really neat and nifty. Very pleasant. Um, and Vern, I always like when we travel together, and I thought it was kind of cool you're dealing with Sloane, but you know, I liked your interactions with Cass really a lot too. It seems like the two of you are very close, and that it read very, very well. Um, it was an excellent session, really lots and lots of fun. Um, for wishes, I want something to since I've got obsession marked, I wouldn't mind something to have to either fight against or succumb to.
Okay.
You know, you put a pretty something pretty out there, it's gonna be a hard choice for me whether to
Well,
fight or not.
the question of screwing a crewmate for it to declare that delightful.
Hmm.
Uh, Vern.
I mean, stars to everybody. Everybody was awesome. Like, I really liked the whole uh reveal of the demon ship maker. And
Oh,
and how everything just snowballed from there. This is the most like the most pirate adventure session I've seen so far. That was really cool. And wishes hmm, feel like I should have some, but I don't have anything concrete.
I think that's fair. Cass.
Um, Big thank you to Patrick, to Nonius, the perfect companion I didn't know I needed, but as soon as he said something, I'm like, oh yeah, dying ships and Nonius, that goes well together. And then when it was a demon, anyway, I let him take the lead, and I'm so glad I did because what a mess. It was great. Best story, many sold. I just thank you, Lowell. Your curses and stuff were right on and nasty and good and just excellent story. And I don't know, I really loved the interaction with Sloane too. Tyler, I thought the captain was good, and your obsession is heartbreaking when you do that because I know you're not that person, Captain. You're not that person. Don't understand what's happening. But anyway, and I'm sorry that I was an inconvenience to the situation in this time. But in some ways, being many sold was a delightful thing as well as a loud thing.
Mhm.
So, and I'm glad I did not want to go to Tangzhou without the bard though. So that is so better to
Oh, I love it.
have.
I put NPCs in danger so
I know,
that
you know how I'm gonna
got to
go, and
kill them off.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sherry can always see when I'm about to murder an NPC,
Yeah.
and suddenly
No.
she's going to spend every resource she has. Nonius.
Uh, this was amazing. This is maybe my favorite session so far. I've really been looking forward to the idea of going to a funeral with Cass since our last session. That's weird to say, but it's something that I thought could be really an interesting moment, and it was. Sherry, just thank you so much.
It
It
was
was
great.
it was just such a good set of scenes,
Yes.
and in addition to just like everything about it was amazing, I'm so glad that we finally got a chance for our characters to really connect, because there's been so much of us bouncing off of each other, of you being the super dutiful crew member and me sort of being the delinquent crew member, and we keep like clashing off of each other because of that. And so finding a way to really connect, and I'm like stars to the dice for making that bond happen at the end, but
Yes.
Hmm.
also for the dice telling me at the beginning, like, no, you're not running away from this. Of course you're not running away from this. Um, Lowell, how you handled all of those moments was just great.
Oh, thank you.
Sherry, you deciding to give in to that curse of the sea and fall back with it was so brave. And then Lowell, the way that you described that whole scene under the water and the spirits and death and all of it together was just, oh, it was great. It was beautiful. It was so good. Um, and also Lowell and Tyler, for you pushing Humayan to make that choice. What is your priority here? And not letting him squirm out from under it, even though he tried a couple of times, nailing him down and saying, no, you have to save what your heart truly desires. And of course Humayan said the coin. Of course he did. And so that's just it. That's great. Humayan and Nonius have been so aligned and close on this, and to see that crack between their two worldviews is really cool. Um, yeah, it was this was just
Yeah.
such a good session.
I had a good time. Everybody was spot on. Like all of you were just dynamite tonight. I really enjoyed everybody's interaction with the NPCs,
Yeah.
everybody's choices, everybody's description. Like it was a thumbs up across the board. So it was a real pleasure to run. All right, I am going to stop the recording.